Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He juked him, and he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Everyone kill. Hey, 47. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Flex round! Flex round! 4 down!
Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Let's go! Red 38!
To throw on 2nd down, Jones. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Flex round!
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Wide 80. Shift. Here we go. 47. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Exit. 26.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Strong right. Swing to the field, right. To the right.
On 2nd down, Elliott. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go. Wide 80. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go. Wide 80. Here we go. 46. 26.
Prescott on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Wide 80.
And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Here we go. 47.
The give is to Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Ray Maualuga, the linebacker.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop.
Gun.
That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Cooper's got him. Cooper's first catch and good for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Here we go.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here we go. 47. Start there. Over here. Start there.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Jones. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Tight right. Hey, come on, let's go. Red 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here we go, 47. Switch, and 8.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's finish now. 4 down.
A give to Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. A big play here for the Cowboys. 44 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Tight ends right. We got 3. Here we go. Wide 8. Check 24. Check 24.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, 4 down. Hey, here we go. Wide 8. Hey, we're going right there. Go. 26. 26.
Now a play fake here on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Let's go! Red 38!
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Flex round! Flex round! We got 4. We got 4. Flex round! Flex round! Check! Check!
Now Jones looking to throw on 2nd down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. David Irving getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
4 down, 4 down. Check. Here we go. Wide in. Check. Check. Hot route. Hot, hot.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Single, single. 41's the will.
Now Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Now he's forced out left. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
Move. Here we go. Here we go. Wide in.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that's caught by Beasley. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A Dallas 1st down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Here we go. Wide, ain't it? Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Here we go, 47. Rush in.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey. Here we go. Wide, ain't it? Check 3.
This is Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go. Wide, ain't it? Here we go. Go to 54. Wide, ain't it? Crash.
2nd down, Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now Jones. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Hey, 4 down. Hot! Mike's 50.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. The open man is Shark. It's complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Let's go! White, 90!
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He goes underneath for Yeldon, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Jaguars on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones going up top. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Final play of the half. Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
You got 3 down, 3 down.
On 3rd and 2, Jones over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Tight end's right. Tight end's right. There we go. Wide 80.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Hey, here we go. Wide 80. Here we go, 47. 6 guys.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Wide 80. Here we go. 47. 47. 26.
Here's Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Kill. Hey. 4 down. 4 down. Showing it.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeff Swaim, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Jones to throw on 2nd down. Looking deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Jones operating from the gun. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Austin. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
First down, Prescott.
Let's go.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Get out. Hey, here we go.
10th carry now for Elliott.
10-4.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Here we go, 46.
On third down, it's Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Maualuga. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
My bad, guys. My bad, guys. Double tight. 4 down.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Come on, let's go. Red 38.
Back now in Arlington.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. Mike 50.
Jones now looking to throw on second down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Cowboys on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And now here is another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Hey, flex round, flex round.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch number 80. Watch 80.
Throwing Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyrone Crawford in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Here we go, here we go. Hut! Hut!
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So on now is the kicker, Josh Lambo. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
They start on the ground with Elliott. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Hey, here we go. 180. Switch. Switch and A. Switch. Switch and A. 180.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Here we go, here we go. 180. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. A dump off to Elliott. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We got 4. Here we go. 180. 186. 186.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott.
I got it.
And my goodness, another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. On second down, here's Fournette. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Check. Here we go. Red 38. Red 38. 54, right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go. White 90. White 90. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. A give to Elliott running left. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. There we go. Wide 80. Swing to the field. Right. To the right. Yes. Wide 80.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. Wide 80.
He's back to throw. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Hey, here we go. Wide 80. 58 to Mike.
Now Elliott. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Strong right. There we go. Wide 8.
Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now out come the Jags. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.